I will tell like this only instead of going with the what slideshow. So I hope this will be. I will check for this time. Okay, so we are seeing. I mean, we are in. So with respect to the previous class. Okay, so as of now, this TVM, we are having a different methods of TVMs. Okay, so the first one, which is known as compound technique, uh, and the second one, which is called as discounting or present value technique. Okay, so these are the two methods of uh, time value of money where we can estimate the value value for the money. Okay, so first one we will go with the first one, which is known as a compound technique or future technique. So if I want to write on the slide, definitely I would I have to start a slideshow. So if I don't start the slideshow, definitely I cannot write on the slide. So anyhow, I will start slideshow. So తప్పట్లేదు. So these two things also we have seen. So just comparing between the future value and the present value, value multiple of cash flows. The first one, which is known as future, future value of money, or simply it is called as a compound technique. And the second one, which is called as a present value, or also it is also called as discounting type of technique. Okay, so the first one, which is called as a future value, so money. So behind we have bottom of that we have written one thing, that is moving cash flows backward in time without changing of the money. That means so these two things can be easily understandable while we if you are learning about these techniques. Okay, so first of all, we can go directly into the first technique, which is called as a compound technique, or simply it is called as a future value technique. Okay, so the compound technique or future value technique. So in this concept, the interest. Okay, so the interest earned on the initial principal amount becomes a part of the principal and at the end of the compounding period. So this can be easily understandable by using one of the example, a simple example here I have provided. Okay, so that means suppose, see here what it is telling in this concept, the interest earned on the initial principal amount. That means this is called as what is the amount that we are being investing, that is called as initial principal amount. Suppose here what is in this example, what is our investment? Our investment is 1000 rupees, becomes a part of principal at the end of the compounding period. So here the compounding period is given as what? 10%. Okay, so 10% interest per year. So how many years we are investing? So we are investing for 3 years. So if you want to calculate the future value of the money, suppose if you are investing 1000 rupees for 3 years with an interest of 10% per year, then what could be the amount of money that you are getting returns after completion of the 3 years? Okay, so that means suppose for the first year. Okay, so in first year, what is the investment here? So the investment is 1000 rupees. Okay, so the investment is 1000 rupees. And what is the interest here? So interest for the first year, how much we are adding up of interest? 10%. So that means for 1000 rupees, okay, 10% of interest means that is multiplied by 0.10. So what is the value? So you will add 100 rupees. 100 rupees of interest is going to be added for the principal amount of 1000 rupees. So therefore, for the end, at the end of first year, what is the amount we are having? So that is 1100 rupees. That is the at the end of first year, what is the amount of that we have earned? So we have earned of 1100 rupees. So now for calculating the second year, okay, so for calculating the second year, the amount invested will be 1100 but not 1000 rupees. Okay, so what we are going to add? So we are adding up of the interest for the principal amount. So now, so earlier it is 1000 rupees. By adding of 100 rupees of interest for the principal amount, so now the amount is has become 1100, and this is the investment for the second year, investment amount for the second year. And now what is the amount? So we have to add a 10% interest, that is 0.10 for the principal amount. So what is the value now we are getting? So for 1100, if you have the 10% interest is 110 rupees. Okay, so for 110 rupees. So therefore, at the end of second year, what could be the value? So that is 1100 plus 110 rupees. So therefore, at the end of second year, so what is the principal amount that we are earning? So the amount is 110 rupees. So this is the end. So at the end of second year, okay, so at the end of second year, what is the amount we are earning? So that is 1210 rupees. And for the third year, okay, so and for the third year, this will be the principal amount. Okay, so that will be the amount of the investment. So that is 110, again adding up of 10% interest to it, that is 0.10. So if you are adding 10% of interest for this number, so what could be the value? The value is 121 rupees. So you are going to add 121 rupees for the principal amount. So that is 110 plus 121. So the value is 1331 rupees. Okay, so 1313 rupees. So therefore, at the end of third year, so the amount that you are earning is 1331. So this is this kind of investment, or this kind of adding up of interest and for the principal is called as what? Compounding type. That means if you are investing 1000 rupees with an interest of 10 rupees per year. Okay, so that means if you are investing for 1000 rupees for 3 years at an interest of 10%, so the earning after completion of 3 years, the earning amount is 1331 rupees. Okay, so this is the way how we are going to calculate uh, in case of what? Compounding type of interest. So for this purpose, we are giving one formula. Okay, so with the help of that formula, so if you know the principal amount, that is called as FVN. Okay, so if you know the principal amount, and if you know the annual interest, and how many number of years that we are going to invest, okay, so accordingly we are given one formula, and if you substitute that formula directly, you can get the final value. Okay, instead of calculating individually for each year as we have calculated now, so you can get it directly. So that is the formula given is, so this is the thing. So FVN is equal to PV multiplied by 1 plus R given by N. So that is called as what? The generalized procedure for calculating the future value. So future value is nothing but what? The value that we are going to get after completion of the years. So earlier, after completion of 3 years, what is the future value? The future value is 1331 rupees. So 1331 rupees. So this is the future value. Okay. So in order to calculate the future value, the general procedure given for a single amount compounded annually, that is called that is given by the formula, that is FVN is equal to PV multiplied by 1 plus R given by N. So in this equation, what is 1 plus R? So which is nothing but the interest that we are going to add for each year. 1 plus R multiplied by N is called as future value interest factor. Okay, so interest factor. What is FVN? So future value of initial flow in the year. Okay, so initial flow in the year, that is nothing but what? So here FVN is the what could be the what could be the future value. So 1331 rupees is the our FVN value. Okay, so in our previous example 1331 is the FVN value. And what is PV? So PV is the uh, initial investment. Okay, so that is 1000 rupees. Initial investment, that is nothing but the 1000 rupees. R is the annual rate of interest. Okay, R is the annual rate of interest. So if you substitute in this formula, so I will substitute in the previous formula, that is PVN. So for PV, what is our initial investment? Initial investment is 1000 rupees. Okay, so initial interest is 1000 rupees, and 1 plus what is our interest? So the interest is 0.10, 10% of interest, that is R, that is 0.10. And how, for how many years we are investing? So we are investing for 3 years. So if you substitute that, so the value is 1000, and 1 plus 0.10, that is 1.10 multiplied by 3. So 1.10 multiplied by 3, the value is nothing but 331. So if you add for that, okay, so if you add for that, so the value will become, so you have here 1000. So here I have given, I have forgot to add plus. Okay, 1000 plus this interest, that is 331. So finally you will get 1331 is the principal amount. Okay, so is the final value, future value of the money that we are earning, is the money that we are going to earn. Okay, so this is the way how we are going to estimate uh, the value that we are going to earn in the future, that is called as, so with respect to the time, so what is the time here we have provided? The time provided is 3 years. Okay, so after 3 years, what is the value of your investment? What is the value of investment? At present the investment is 1000 rupees, and after the completion of 3 years, what is your value? That is nothing but 331. So this is called as, after completion of 3 years, the value of our money is 1331. So this is the way, this is one of the way how we are going to estimate the time, the value of money with respect to the time. Okay, so this is all about what the first method, which is called as time value of the money, and that too, which is the first one, compounding technique. Okay, so in this compounding technique, we will continue for an indefinite time period. Okay, so here we are not going to specify, a definite time period. Okay, the time period can be indefinite. So some people can go for 10 years, some people may go for 20 or 3 years or 5 years. That depends. Okay, so that depends upon your project or your industry. The process of investment money as well as reinvesting of interest. Okay, so what is the thing? So here, whatever the interest we are earning for an year, we are not taking that interest. Instead of taking that interest, what we are going to do? We are reinvesting the interest we are earning. Okay, so that is that is the thing happening in case of compounding. Okay, the process of investing money as well as reinvesting the interest earned at the end of the year, so that is called as what? The compounding. Okay, so that is called as what? The compounding. But the way it has done about the calculating the future value will prove the cumulative. Okay, so what could be the earning that can be calculated in the future? Okay, so for that we have given the generalized formula. Okay, so that is called as generalized formula. So from this, now you can understand what do you mean by compounding, which is called as future investment. So here, see, in case of what, as it is telling regarding what the compound interest. Okay, just wait, మళ్ళీ స్టక్ అయినట్టుంది, ఒక్క నిమిషం అమ్మా. Okay, so the main motto behind this thing is, suppose if an individual is given an option of receiving 1000 rupees now, and we have given one more option, that is after 3 years, so he will prefer of giving 1000 rupees now, because although the amount is same, so what you can do means, so you can do much more with the money if you have it now. So that is so instead of giving the money, what is that is 1331 rupees at a time after completion of 3 years. So before that, what you are going to do? So we are investing whatever we are investing, we are reinvesting the amount of interest, so that what we are capable of earning more. So suppose, for example, for the first year, the principal amount that you are earning is 1000 rupees. So if you are taking that 1000 rupees as of now, as of now, and keeping our investment as same as that of 1000 rupees for the second year also, what you can do, so you can gain again for the second year only 100 rupees. Again, if you take that 100 rupees, and if you are not investing again, so again for the second year also, for the third year also, the value will be what, 1000 rupees only. Again for the end of the again for the end of the third year, again what is the interest you are earning? Again your earning is 1000 rupees, 100 rupees only. So cumulatively, so after completion of 3 years, so what can be done? So what could be your value? So that is 100 plus 100 plus 100, so that is 300. Okay, so after 3 years, what could be the your earning money will be what, 300 only, but you are losing what, 31 rupees. So since our with this example, you may think only 31 rupees, but here if you are if you are investing a lakh or crores. Okay, so if your investment is in terms of crores, so at that time, so definitely this 31 rupees can be 31 lakhs. Okay, so 31 rupees can be 31 lakhs. So therefore that 31 lakhs is not is not what, a small amount. It cannot be neglected, okay. So that is the main point. Okay, so that is the main point. So therefore what you are going to do, so uh, giving an option to receive 1000 rupees of now is more benefitable than the money that you are going to earn in the future. Okay, so that is the main point, that is the main motto behind the time value of the money, behind the motto of time value of the money. Okay, so this is about the first methodology, which is called as what, future value compounding interest, future value of the money, or the compound interest. Okay, next thing we are going to see about what, present value or discounting type of money. Okay, so that thing we will see in the next class.